Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ajiro Tech. Ajiro Tech. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Cambridge IGCSE Information and Communication Technology with the course code 0417. Paper 3, Spreadsheet, May, June 2024. And this was a paper that was released a few hours ago as of the time of this recording. We're looking at the first variant of paper 3, which is 3.1. Let's proceed. The instructions are very important. Please go through the instructions before proceeding towards the practical test. The total mark is 70. All right. You have been supplied with the following source files. So we've been supplied with divers.csv and splending.csv. You will assist some marine biologists in analyzing data on and raising awareness of the splendid toadfish. This is an endangered species only found in the reef of Cozumel, Mexico, or Mexico. Okay. All right. So we've done the evidence document in the website authoring. And just in case you know where, yes, there's a video on the website authoring of this paper right there. It's going to be right here on this video description. You might want to check it out, or right there on the Ajiro Tech. Just search it and you get it, right? Task 2, spreadsheet. Open and examine the file J2431 divers. Okay, so I have it here. Okay, since we've worked on the website authoring, we've extracted it. So J2431 divers. So I'm going to open it. So I have it here. So I'm going to click on the triangle at the top left, click on it to select both the columns and row, and double click on it so that everything is fully visible. All right. This file will be used in step 2. Do not make any changes to this file. Open and examine the file J2431 Splendid in a spreadsheet. Okay, the recommended software for spreadsheet is Microsoft Excel. Okay, so Splendid. Again, I'm going to click on the triangle at the top right. Okay, top left, right, to select both the columns and row. Double click on it, and there we have it. Row 9 to 32, we show the numbers of sightings. Row 9 to 32. Okay, same. Of the splendid toadfish on each reef. Okay, so this is the reef. All right. For 1 week in February. Let me verify that. Okay, they're all in February. Okay. Row 35 onwards show the details of all sightings for this week. Row 35 onwards. Okay, so all this. All right. Place your name, center number, and candidate number left aligned in the footer. Okay, so here I have insert under the text section, header, left align. So my name, this is header rather. So I'll click here to footer, go to footer, left align. So this is left, center, right. Okay, my name, comma space, AN017, comma space, 2024. What else? Place your file name with no file path on the right in the footer. Okay, file name with no file path, done. Okay. So click on view, click on normal, or you can come here to do that. Save this as a spreadsheet with the file name Splendid underscore followed by your center number underscore candidate number. So I'm just going to copy this, copy, click on file, click on save as. You can actually do it here, but I'm just going to click on browse, and I'm going to right click, and then paste. So I'm going to replace this with my center number, which is AN017, my candidate number 2024, and my save as type is going to be Excel workbook. So I'm going to save this. Okay, so if you click on file, click on print, we'll see that this is actually showing because they want to see it. Step 2, place a replica formula in cell 35, cell 35, cell C35, 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 to look up the type of diver using their name, okay, and the external file J2431 divers for the array. Now we're going to use the vertical and we're going to use the extended. Now let's look at this. This is obviously, they're all stored in a single column. Okay. Now let's look at the difference between the vertical and the extended, the XLOOKUP. Okay. So I have this on my slide and I'm going to scroll down till good. Okay. So I have this. Now for my vertical lookup, so it performs a vertical lookup of data, right? And it's used to compare your data which are stored in a single column. Okay. Now the values to be looked up are stored in the column to the right of this cell. Okay. And this is the formula for it. Okay. Where we have the lookup value, table array, column index, and of course we have is it going to be an exact match or an approximate match? Then for the XLOOKUP, is a function, okay, in Excel that can perform either a horizontal or vertical lookup of data, right? It is similar to the HLOOKUP and the vertical lookup, okay? And more powerful and flexible. Take note of that. More powerful and flexible than either of these. So it allows the reference data to be stored before the lookup value. What we are simply saying is it allows backward referencing, which is a limitation in the vertical lookup of data. Are we learning? Okay, within an array. So this is the formula for it. And take note, the XLOOKUP and the can only be attempted with the latest version of Excel from 2019, I think 2016, 2019 upward. The 365, you're totally eligible for it. Okay, so we have the XLOOKUP here. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we're going to use the VLOOKUP and we're going to use the XLOOKUP. So we have this. So we're looking up what? Using their name, the type of divers. So I have equals to VLOOKUP. So let's use that first. So my lookup value is going to be this. Okay. It's going to be this. And my table array. Okay, so this step 2. And my table array is going to be this. All right. Shift Control R right, R down. Right. And I'm going to look up the type of divers. So which is going to be column 3. And this is going to be an exact match, which is a false or 0. Okay, so we have the dive master. Okay, so we have that. So let's use the XLOOKUP. Equals to XLOOKUP. Lookup value is this. And now we have the lookup array. Now for the lookup array, we're having the list of items. So that's what the array means, list of items. To check if this lookup value will be found in this list of items. So I have this, Shift Control arrow down, comma. I have my return array. What am I returning? type of divers. Okay, so if it's not found, please return empty, and I want this to be an exact match. Okay, so we're having the same thing. Replicate this formula for all divers. So I'll click here, and now the square box at the bottom right, you just double click on it, take your cursor to this square on the bottom right, the cursor will change to a black cross, and then double click. Good. So we've done that. Okay. Moving on. Step 3. Place in cell B3. B3, okay, a formula to count the numbers of citing for a 7-day period. Okay, for a 7-day period. Now let's look at numbers of citing. So here we're having numbers of citing for a 7-day period. So what we are simply doing here is we're counting, right? Counting numbers of citing for a 7-day period. So we're going to use what we call, now we can count and count A. It's always going to be that issue. So Java was count, the Java was count A. So now I'm going to show you my slide. Difference between the count and the count A. There we go. Now for count, what the count does is they count the numbers of cells in a range that contains numbers. Okay? Why for the count A? Okay, why for the count A? They count not just numeric versions, but they also count text. They count everything. As long as that cell is not empty, it will count it. Okay, so this is very important. As long as that cell is not empty, it's going to what? Count it. So please, this is very important. Okay, so now that we've learned the difference, so let's go here. So now numbers of sightings with the ref name, we're going to use the name to count the numbers of sightings. Okay, so I have equals to count A, and you can look at it, count numbers of cells in the range that are not empty. And we're going to count this right here, Shift Control R down. Okay, so what do we have? So we have 41. All right. Step 4. Place in cell B4. Cell B4, a formula that counts the numbers of sightings for a 7-day period where photograph was taken. Where photograph was taken. So numbers of sightings with photograph. Now, we're not having a criterion. So we've moved from count to what? To count if. And I have it right here in my slide. So here I have the count if. The count if function is used to count the numbers of cells within a range that meets a single condition. In this case, what is it meeting? Photographs where a photograph was taken. So this is the formula for it. Okay, very important. This is the formula for it. Okay, so we have count if range, and then we have the criteria for it. All right, so let's do that. So here I have equals to count if. Okay, so the range here is going to be the photograph. Yes, Shift Control R down. Okay, and the criteria in speech marks is going to be yes. Okay, and I'll do this. Good. So 34 times. Number of society with photograph. Step 5. Place in cell B5. Okay, I have B5 here. To count the numbers of sighting for a 7-day period where a photograph was taken that held the GPS location of the fish. So we're seeing numbers of sighting with photo and GPS. With photo and GPS. So that is count ifs. Good. Hope we're learning. That is what count ifs. Let's check my slide for it. And please, this slide is available to students, is available to teachers for free. If you want it, you can just make a comment in the comment section with your email address, and a link will be forwarded to you where you can actually download it. For teachers, you can use it to teach your students. For students who are preparing for homeschool, you can actually use it to study. Okay? All right. So count ifs. The count if function is used to count the numbers of cells that meet one or more criteria across multiple ranges. You see that now? So they are used to count numbers of cells that meet one or more criteria. So if it's 2 criteria, you're having criteria 1, criteria 2. If it's 3 criteria, you're having criteria 1, criteria 2, criteria 3, with the criteria range 1, with the criteria range 2, with the criteria range 3. Hope that makes sense. So you have the criteria range 1, the criteria 1, criteria range 2, criteria, etc., etc. Okay, so in this case, we have 2 criteria, photographic evidence and GPS. So here we have equals to count ifs. Okay, so the criteria 1, let's look at the question again. Photo, right? Photo, so let's do that. So I have the photo, Shift Control R down. Okay, and then I have in speech marks, yes. Okay, what else? GPS was taken that held the GPS location of the fish. So yes, Shift Control R down. Okay, hope that is correct. Okay, it's the same thing. Just want to be sure. So Shift Control R down. Okay, comma, and in speech marks, what's the criteria for it? Yes. Then I can close this. Okay, so we have this. All right. Place a formula in cell B9. Okay, this is B9 to display the numbers of sightings at this reef. Okay, where a photograph with GPS was taken. So we are now seeing count ifs again, because now you're looking at numbers of sighting at the reef. Okay, where now how many criteria can you see here? We're seeing 3. And this is so important because I have a masterclass session where I handle students individually, and we look at various ways on how to properly answer any type of question. Okay, be it paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, and it's a masterclass. And not just for ICT, we also have for other subjects. And trust me, every student who's been on board with this has been a life-changing experience. The result has been outstanding, right? The major result we had from A star to B, right, across, which is more or less like a 98% success rate. So trust me, the masterclass is everything to kill for. Yes, yeah, the masterclass. And if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I think you need to do that. Just hit on the subscribe button and to hear more from me. Okay, let's get back, right? So what can you see here, right? So we can see numbers of sighting at this reef, right? Different numbers of sighting at this reef. So here we're having numbers of sighting here for the reef name, and again we're seeing photograph 2, and then we're seeing GPS. Okay, so we're having count ifs with more than 2 criteria. So we have equals to count ifs, okay, And again, numbers of cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. Very important. Okay. So here, the first criteria is the reef, which is this, right? Numbers of sightings at this reef. Okay, shift control R down, comma. And what do we have here? What will be the criteria? The criteria is going to be this, the reef name, right? Comma. And then we have photograph, shift control R down, comma. In speech marks, yes. Photographs, yes. And we know that to be true because where a photograph with GPS was taken, so photograph was taken, the GPS also was taken, comma. And then we have this, shift control R down, and then in speech marks, we have yes. Okay. But now notice something. If I replicate this, see what happens. It gives me something else. And why is that? Just let me know in the comment section in 3 seconds. Just pause and just let me know. Why is that? Why is this error like this? Okay, so let's get back to it. Now, notice that I have my right criteria range, right? The range criteria 1, and then we have our criteria. So now in the criteria range 1, notice that here we have D35, now we have D36. Now there's what we call types of cell referencing. We have relative and absolute. And I have it right here in my slide. Trust me, this slide is loaded. Okay, so let's look at it right here. Right here, cell referencing. So here we have the relative referencing, which is a method of addressing cells where the reference to a cell changes when the formula is copied to another cell. So in this case, we saw that it's changing from all of them from D35, E35, F35 to D36, and we don't want that. And this brings us to absolute what? Referencing. From the word absolute. Okay, it remains constant no matter where it is copied or moved within the spreadsheet. So we use it to lock the reference to a specific cell. And what do we use to lock? Use it to lock. We use what? The dollar sign to create that lock, to create that absolute reference where we have to lock in the columns and the row. Make sense? Okay, so now what we do here, I'm just going to delete this, is I'm going to highlight this, and I have Fn plus F4, right? I highlight it, automatically it's going to lock both the columns and row across. But if that is not working for you, it's fine. But just a little bit of stress. You have to now type in the dollar symbol on the columns and row. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this, Fn plus F4. I'll highlight this, Fn plus F4. So now we have this. So now when I hit on enter and let's see this, replicate for each reef. Okay, now the square on the bottom right, double click on it. So now we have this. Okay. Step 7, format the top of your spreadsheet so that it looks like this. So let's format it. So I'm going to split my screen. Okay. So let me do this, move this here. Okay. So what do I have here? Make sure cell A1 to B1. Okay. Home, alignment, meta center. And B7 to B8. B7 to B8. Okay. Merge. Set the text in row 1 to 22 point. Row 1 to 22. Okay. So now let's look at this. This is What font style is it? So we have two, serif and sans serif. Now for your serif, we have our Times New Roman. For your sans serif, we have two. We have your area and you have your Calibri in spreadsheet. Okay. So looking at this, this is Calibri. And how do I know? Right? So Calibri, and I'm going to bold it. Let's look at it. T D F I T. Okay, so we have this. All right, so this is going to be center. This is going to be right align. Okay, row 2 and row 6, where the rows were adjusted. So I'm going to hold my control, select this, and I'm going to adjust this to 15. Okay, so I have this. Okay, good. We're seeing the answers here. Okay, so it means we are correct. Yay. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we have this location with photos and GPS. So I have center align. I have bold. The reef name also center the line. I have bold. And all this is Calibri. All this is Calibri. Everything is Calibri. Okay, so let me, apart from this, okay, so let me just do this. So this is going to be Calibri. Okay, Calibri. And this as well, shift control right, down, it's going to be Calibri. Thank you. Okay. I'm pretty sure I was not going to see next. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. All right, so let's go ahead. So we have this, right? Now, numbers of citing, we have it to be bold. Okay, so let's fix it. So this is wrapped text, center. Okay, so we have this as well, shift control R down, and this is going to be center. This as well, shift control R down, this is going to be right align. Okay, and this as well is right align. I think I've done that. Okay, so let's see why that is. Why am I having, let's, okay, better. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have, now take note of this. When you have straight lines, it means you have to add a border. So we're going to add a border here. All borders, good. We add a border here. Font border. We have add the border here. Border. We add the border here. Border. Add the border here. Border. We also add for the first one. For some reason, I don't know, but it's a question, so we have to stick to the question. So we have this. I'm going to highlight this. And obviously it cuts across, so I'm going to do that. So this is going to be right border. Okay, so if I do this, view, take off the grid lines, this is what I will have, right? And that's what the question people are saying, right? So yes, so let's go ahead. So let me add the grid lines, okay? So I think everything is fine. Let's do a final check. We might still have to come back to this again once we probably do formulas. Okay, but this is probably what we want to do at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm fine with this, and I know you're fine with this too. Save the spreadsheet, which is not very easy to do. Here we go. I did it. That's the hardest question in this paper. Okay, saving the spreadsheet. Okay, step 8. Select only cell A1 to C75. A1 to C75. A1 to C75. Okay. To print this cell with the formula displayed, formulas, show formulas, all right, please ensure that from cell A1 to C75, they are fully visible, please. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so fully visible, good. All right, the printout is in landscape orientation, so let's print this. So only print cell A1 to C75. Okay, we can actually check. We can add the headings here because I think they said rows and column headings are displayed. So under your page layout, headings, print, file, print. Good. Rows and column headings. The printout is in landscape orientation. Landscape orientation. There we go. Okay. And print only cell A1 to C75. So this will be print selection. The corner of all cells are fully visible. So let's quickly do that. So here we have 6. And I think I'm okay with 6. But let's see. Under the sheet, right? Under the page, rather, I can adjust this to 90. Let's see what 90 gives us. Still 6. Let's see what 80 gives us. 4. Is 4 better? I think 4 is fine. 4 pages. So this is how to reduce the numbers of pages. So you come here to reduce what? The number size. When it's 100%, it gives the number of pages. So you just reduce it instead of doing the fit store, right? So you can actually just adjust it and that would actually help you. Okay. So 4 pages is fine for me. Okay. So let's go ahead because it needs to be clearly visible. Okay. All right. So let's print this. Microsoft Print to PDF. So let's print it. Are we excited? So Ajiro Tech, best IGCSE ICT YouTube channel. Do you agree? Let me hear your thought on the YouTube on the comment section on this. Someone said it's the best IGCSE ICT YouTube channel. I don't know. Okay, so all right, so I'm going to print this. So this is going to be formulas. Okay, so I have 3-1. I'll just print it here. Print out formula. Okay. Please, it's important to send it to PDF so that from PDF, you can actually send it to a printer because by then you've actually previewed your work. Okay. Step 9, select row 1 to 8, inclusive. Okay, so let's quickly do this. So I'll click here, right? The top left, triangle the top left, and formulas, hide the formulas. Okay, so, okay, row 1 to 8, row 1 to 8, thank you. All right, and only the rows between 9 and 32. 9 and 32. Okay, 9 and 32, where a citing took place. Take a screenshot of the method used to select these rows between 9 and 32. Place the screenshot in your evidence document. So let's see how we can do this. So I'm going to create a filter. So I'll create a filter here because if I'm creating a filter here, it's going to affect this. So I'll just create a filter here. Right? So let me home, create the filter. Okay, so let's see this. So right here, I'll click here and then now look at this. They said where a citing took place. So where a citing took place simply means that we are to remove, right, any reef that had no sightings, and that means 0. Okay, so I'll click here and uncheck cell, and okay. So now we have it. Okay, so now we have it. So these are the ones that had at least a citing. Okay, that had at least a citing. Okay, so now don't forget, right, that we have to go back to this. I told you, we're going to stress ourselves. Okay. All right. So let's do this, right? Sorry, let's do this one more time, just one more time. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so we're going to wrap text. It's already wrapped, so I will just adjust it again. Um, okay, so probably just click on wrap text. Good. And I think we have this here. Okay, so let's see. No, we still need to adjust this a bit. Okay, so I think that's fine. Let me do this a bit. So we have 6 and 2. Just checking. Okay. All right. So let's print our work. I think everything is fine. I just want to be sure. Okay, so let's print our work and let's see. Let's print. It's fine. I will select it, but I want to be sure. Let me do this. Thank you so much for your time. Um, okay, so it's fine. So, so we're only doing what? Let's scroll down. And goodness me, we have not taken the screenshot. They said, take a screenshot of this method used to select this row between 9 and place this screenshot in your evidence document. So I'm going to do this. Now, if I do this here to take the screenshot, if I open my snipping tool, it goes off, right? So we need to use the keyboard shortcut to actually take the screenshot, which is your Windows logo key plus Shift plus S, right? So I need to change this personalization, colors, light. So do this here and the Windows Shift S, and by all means, let the screenshot be taken. Okay, so I have this. Okay, so let me open my evidence document. So what step is this? This is step 9. Okay, so this is step 9. Okay, step 9, evidence 1. And I'm just going to paste this. Yes, I think I can just do this. Crop. Okay, crop this. Okay, what happened? Okay, so let's see. I think we can have both of them. Let me crop this as well. Okay, and I can reduce this to probably 6.4. So this would come in. So that's fine. Probably reduce this as well. So this is fine. And bring this here. Control Enter. In this video, we're going to print the evidence document as well. So just have a good time and be with me. Okay, so save this. Good. So now let's print this. They said print this selection is giving us a hint already, showing the values. So printing from row 1 to this. So row 1, okay, to 32. So we're printing this and file, print. You're welcome. Okay, so I will switch this from print selection. So we have this. What else? They said the printout fit on a single page. The printout is in portrait orientation. So portrait orientation, okay. The rows and column headings are displayed. Yes, it is. Color of all cells, I think, can we add this? Grid lines. Okay, so let's see. Okay, not bad. We can add it as well. So this is already showing the difference. All right, so we can do that. And what else? By all means, we can print. So let's print this. Remember Microsoft Print to PDF. Ajiro Tech. Okay, so this is going to be print out values. All right, so I'm going to save this. Now it's time to print our evidence document. So I'll scroll down, print the evidence document. Make sure your name, center number, candidate number appears on every page of your evidence document. Okay, so let's do that. So they do appear, and with the evidence title, yes. Okay. So there's a video on web authoring already on my YouTube, on the YouTube channel. So just check on it, right? Okay, see, I think everything is fine. So save, file, print. Please, when you print it, is Microsoft Print to PDF one. Please, it's one page per sheet. Okay, so don't print back and forth. Even in your exam, don't print back and forth. Very important. Okay, so now I'm going to print Ajiro Tech, print. Okay, so this is going to be print out evidence document. Okay, so it's important for us to check our work, right? Let's check our work. So I'll open this, the evidence document, to check what we have done. Good. So we have that here. Everything is looking good. And the next thing is what? Formula. Okay, the formulas are showing. That is my hope that it is. So we have, okay, so everything is showing. Okay, and what else? And then we have the values showing as well. Okay, so everything is good. Thank you very much. Do want to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.